Waterloo, Iowa, March 10th, 1962. The finals of the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Tournament. Close to 11,000 fans have jammed their way into the newly remodeled auditorium at Waterloo to witness the championship game of one of the most colorful and exciting events in Midwest sports, the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Tournament. Tonight's game will bring together the last two teams of the more than 400 that started down the tournament trail some 4 weeks ago. And to make this meeting one of the most dramatic in recent years, the two contenders, Van Horne and Mediapolis, from the eastern section of the state, both entered tournament competition as definite underdogs, and both became real Cinderella teams by knocking off favorites in virtually every game leading to the big one tonight. First, before the title game, let's take a look at the rest of the Sweet 16 who battled their way to the state finals from all sections of Iowa in the traditional Parade of Champions. Now, the big moment has arrived. The championship game between Van Horne and Mediapolis, two eastern Iowa teams that made it to the finals against overwhelming odds and with some of the most exciting play in recent tournament history. Van Horne from Benton County came to state with a record of 24 wins and 3 losses. All 3 defeats coming at the hands of the same team, Garrison. The Hornets, rated strictly as dark horse contenders, promptly amazed the experts by knocking off this same Garrison team 72-57 in the first round. Then they turned the form chart completely upside down by blasting tournament favorite Bennett, the #1 team in the state all year, by 10 points. And they capped their sensational play with a 35-point victory over Blakesburg in the semifinals. Van Horne is faced by a small but fast forward court, led by Mickey Slow, number 34. She scored 601 points during the season and got 37 in the semifinals against Blakesburg. The Hornets also have a great backcourt, built around 5'8" post guard Joanne Heitman, number 54, and all-stater. This defense held 13 regular season opponents to 40 points or less. The tournament story for Mediapolis is almost exactly the opposite that of Van Horne. Entering competition with a season's mark of 21-2, these Southeast Iowa girls squeezed by Ida Grove in the first round, 59-54. Then edged Eldora in the quarterfinals, 60-59, on a free throw in the last 13 seconds of play. And in the most thrilling game of the tournament so far, they beat Everly in the semifinals, 77-75 in an overtime. Mediapolis is led by one of the finest shooters in the tournament, Judy Amanel, number 43. It was Judy who tossed in the winning free throw against Eldora. And in the overtime victory against Everly, she led her team with 49 points. Mediapolis also boasts a great backcourt performer in Barbara Forts, number 55, a 5'8" post guard who was named to the all-tournament team. Now the introduction of the starting lineups for Van Horne in the light uniforms at forward. Number 34, Mickey Slow, 5'2", a senior. Number 44, Marla Heitman, 5'5", a senior. Number 30, Evelyn Brain, 5'4", a senior. In the guard court for Van Horne, number 20, Marjorie Dutton, 5'4", a senior. Number 54, Joanne Heitman, 5'8" and a senior. Number 32, Jean Garbers, 5'5", a senior. And the coach of Van Horne, Larry Wiebke. Now the starting lineup for Mediapolis. At forward, number 43, Judy Amanel, 5'6", a senior. Number 11, Barbara Bush, 4'11½", a senior. Number 25, Nancy Jarvis, 5'7", a freshman. At guard for Mediapolis, number 13, Joanne Broder, 5'8", a senior. Number 55, Barbara Forts, 5'8", a junior. Number 15, June Ellen Wilson, 5'6", and a junior. And the coach for Mediapolis, Vern McClure. Well, the game is all set to start. So now we present the full play-by-play report as recorded from the live telecast of the game on IGHSAU TV Des Moines. Yours truly, Jim Zabel reporting. Judy Amanel. Mediapolis with the ball. Bush, number 11, back to Amanel, number 43, to Bush. Some played guarding here by these Van Horne defensive players. Judy Amanel on that famous long set shot of hers. Draws the first score, Mediapolis 2, Van Horne 0. Marla Heitman with the ball, number 44 for Van Horne. Mickey Slow Slow tried to drive in, and traveling is called on her. So Mediapolis puts the ball in play out of the back court. Forts on a long pass into the forecourt now. Amanel trying a shot, rebounds it. Barbara Bush comes down. Out to Judy Amanel once again. Bank shot, Judy Amanel, and Mediapolis takes a 4-point lead here, 4-0 over the favored Van Horn team. Marla Heitman, number 44. Wide open shot, no good on that attempt by Brame. They can't hit the bucket, and the rebound picked off by Fort. Stolen away by Mickey Slow. Van Horn has the ball in forecourt. Slow, number 34. Out to Heitman. Back to Slow. There's the bank shot by Slow, what he's famous for. And Van Horn now with 2 points, Mediapolis with 4. Barbara Bush over to Amanel. Jarvis tried that one. Rebound picked off by Joanne Heitman. And now it's Van Horn with the ball. Marla Heitman. Famous running drive shot. These gals are all runners on both these ball clubs. The score is tied here, 4 apiece in the championship game. Nancy Jarvis. Right down, controlling those boards once again. Dutton and Heitman. Dutton, number 20, with the ball. For Van Horn, a long pass, and is it going to go out of bounds? It does. Pass too long out there, and now it's going to be played in by the backcourt of Mediapolis. Jarvis takes it over to Barbara Bush. Judy Amanel, who scored both buckets, and here she tries another one, and it's good. Judy Amanel, 6 points for Mediapolis, 4 points for Van Horn, and a very even-Steven ball game here. Trying to drive in and through that time, Mickey Slow. And a jump ball is ordered. Slow will jump for Van Horn. And the tip is controlled by Van Horn. Slow is out in front, and she's open. And the score is tied now, 6 apiece. Amanel, number 43, to Barbara Bush, number 11. Jarvis, number 25, back to Amanel, number 43. There's another one. Seems to sink him with the greatest of ease. 8 for Mediapolis and 6 for Van Horn. Now Mickey Slow. Marla Heitman on that famous drive of hers, and as she does, the whistle blows. A foul is called. Foul is called on Joanne Breeder of Mediapolis. That's her first. At the line will be Marla Heitman. Misses everything. And they let the ball go out of bounds. Mediapolis 8, Van Horn 6. 4:36 left to go in the first period. Mediapolis with the ball. Ball is deflected out of bounds. Touched by Van Horn. Mediapolis puts it into play. Judy Amanel. Barbara Bush to Amanel. Bush. Nancy Jarvis. Bush. Amanel. Tries another one a couple of inches short, and it'll be a jump. Jarvis is tied up with Joanne Heitman, number 54, jumping in the forecourt of Mediapolis. Tied up once again. Another jump ball is called, this time between Judy Amanel and Marjorie Dutton. Tip is controlled by Bush over to Amanel. There's that long set shot, and she makes it automatic. 10 points now for Mediapolis, and all 10 have been scored by Judy Amanel. Here's Mickey Slow. And as she tried to drive in, she was fouled by number 55, Barbara Forts, the great post player for Mediapolis. So the score now 10-6. Mediapolis leading Van Horn. 3:55 left to go in the first quarter. And timeout is called by Van Horn with Mediapolis 10, Van Horn 6. All right, the teams are coming back now with 3:55 left to go in the first quarter. And the score, Mediapolis 10 and Van Horn 6. And at the line for Van Horn will be number 34, Mickey Slow. Score remains 10-6. Van Horne probably the favorite in this game. But Mediapolis fired up. And Mickey Slow now gives Van Horne its 7th point, 7-10. Mediapolis out in front. Mediapolis girls out of backcourt. Amanel, number 43, and the ball is almost deflected out of her hands. Back to Amanel. She's along the baseline. She scored all 10 of Mediapolis points so far. Judy Amanel palms the ball. Dribbling violation. Out of Van Horne guards. Move it out of backcourt. Dutton, Fort, or rather we should say Heitman, Dutton, and Garbers. Number 32, Garbers. The ball is deflected off the fingertips of Marla Heitman, but she picks it back up again. Heitman with the ball, number 44. Drives down along the baseline by Heitman, and now we have a 1-point ball game. Mediapolis 10 and Van Horne 9. Bush, number 11. Jarvis. Nice play. Mediapolis now with 12 points and Van Horne with 9. 2:58 left to go in the first quarter. Marla Heitman to Mickey Slow. He tries to drive in, and that was a pretty obvious foul called on June Ellen Wilson, number 15. Number 34, Slow, will be at the line. That's the first foul on Wilson. Van Horne is not a particularly tall team. Slow is only 5'2". Marla Heitman 5'5". Evelyn Brame 5'4". That's short by girls basketball standards. All right, rebound. Back to Heitman, and Heitman's shot comes down, loose on the court, picked off by Forts. Bush. Amanel. To Bush again. Amanel. Bush to Amanel. And the ball goes out. It'll be played down court by Van Horne. Garbers across the line. Marla Heitman back to Slow. Mickey Slow. And now we have a tied-up ball game, 12 apiece, with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Judy Amanel. And the give and go. And that's one of their favorite plays as she drives along the baseline and banks it back over her head. 14 for Mediapolis, 12 for Van Horne. Mickey Slow with the ball for Van Horne. Some of these fancy shots these gals get away. Score tied now, 14 apiece once again. Amanel. Jarvis. And a good one by Jarvis. The teams are matching points now. 16 for Mediapolis, 14 for Van Horne, a minute 27 left to go in the first quarter. Marla Heitman to Evelyn Brame. Back to Heitman again. These gals like to run. They move that ball around. Brame plays catch. Heitman has it. Amanel, or rather he should say to Slow. She shoots and scores. Mickey Slow finding the range again. 16-16, it's tied up. Minute 02 left to play in the first quarter. Here's the drive attempt by Mediapolis, and the ball almost goes out of bounds. Now Bush takes it. Back again to Amanel. There's Jarvis. Hops in and out. Right down into the arms of Joanne Heitman. Marla Heitman. Along the baseline. Mickey Slow. Trap for it. Marla Heitman again. Another try by Slow. A popper, and this one comes right into the arms of June Ellen Wilson. Out to Amanel. It'll be a foul. Let's see, a foul is called on number 25, Nancy Jarvis. That's her first, and so we move into the opposite end of the court since the ball was not in possession. And Mickey Slow is at the line for Van Horne. Whistle blows this time, and now turnabout is fair play. The foul is called on Van Horne, on Marla Heitman, number 44. So we move to the opposite end of the court, where Judy Amanel will shoot. Spells her name A-M-E-N-E-L-L, Judy Amanel. 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. She puts Mediapolis ahead by 1 point, 17-16. Van Horne out of backcourt with the ball. Garbers back to Dutton. Heidman. Mickey Slow. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5. Underneath to Heidman, and picked off on the rebound by Barbara Forts, and she is fouled. Second foul on Heidman, and 1 second left to go in the first period. So at the line, we're going to have Judy Amanel. And she pulls Mediapolis ahead by 1 point, by 2 points rather. And there's the end of the first quarter with the score of Mediapolis 18 and Van Horne 16. At the end of the first quarter, the surprising Mediapolis team holds a 2-point lead and appears to be determined not to let favored Van Horne move ahead. Now, here's the second quarter. We're ready for action now to start the second quarter with Mediapolis leading Van Horne 18-16, and Mediapolis, the Cinderella team, will be on defense now against this powerhouse from East Central Iowa, Van Horne. Marla Heitman back to Mickey Slow. Slow is driving in along the baseline. The ball ripped out of her hands by some fine defensive play, and falling out of bounds with the ball is Brader for Mediapolis, attempting the shot. Slow gets the rebound, and this time she connects and ties up the score 18 apiece. Judy Amanel to Barbara Bush. To Amanel. Nancy Jarvis takes on that give play, but can't make the shot, and Joanne Heitman was off for the rebound. The whistle blows, and a traveling violation called on Heitman, or rather I should say on the Van Horne backcourt. So it's going to be Mediapolis now trying for the shot. And here it comes. Judy Amanel is the gal who makes it. Mediapolis 20, Van Horne 18. Mickey Slow over to Marla Heitman. Back to Slow once again for Van Horne. Slapping for the rebound. Coming up with it is Wilson, June Ellen Wilson of Mediapolis. The ball is deflected by Slow, stolen away by Heitman. Aggressive forward play here by the girls from Van Horne. Heitman with the ball. Back to Mickey Slow. Drops it, picks it back up. And as she tries that fall-away jumper, the whistle blows. A foul on number 55, Barbara Forts of Mediapolis. That's her second foul. Foul in the act of shooting. It'll be 2. 20-18, and she has a chance to tie it up now. Mediapolis is out in front. 20-19. This has been a close one, just as close as you can make it. And 10,500 people, capacity crowd, jammed into the Waterloo Hippodrome tonight watching it. And the score once again is tied. Van Horne 20, Mediapolis 20. 6:54 left to go in the first half. Now Mediapolis on the counterattack. Barbara Bush, Judy Amanel. Out to Bush, back to Amanel. And scrapping for the rebound, coming up with it there, Marge Dutton. Dutton apparently stepped out of bounds. An infraction against Dutton. The ball now goes for the line, and they throw it back again, Mediapolis. Judy Amanel. Tied up. Travels. Call it for traveling. Now Garbers throws the ball across the line. Heitman behind the screen. And Van Horne goes back in front, 22-20, with 5:44 left to go in the first half. Judy Amanel. Look at those guards get positioned for Van Horne. Coming out with it that time, Joanne Heitman. Marla Heitman. Back to Mickey Slow. Over to Heitman. Operating with great quickness and speed and agility. Brame. Back again to Slow. Over to Heitman. And Van Horne really starts to hit now. The Hornets have taken a 4-point lead, 24-20, with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the half. Bush almost loses the ball. Into Jarvis. Back to Amanel. Ball is grappled for, and the aggressive guards come up with it. Dutton now has it for Van Horne. Over to Joanne Heitman and back to Gene Garbers. Now coming in with the ball is Mickey Slow, number 34. And Van Horn starts to click on all cylinders. Van Horn 26, Mediapolis 24, 39 to go in the first half. Here is a long set shot. Good. Mediapolis 22 and Van Horn 26. Brame. And now all the gals are hitting for Van Horn. Van Horn 28 on that shot by Brame. Mediapolis 22. Judy Amanel. Jarvis. Comes right back again. Mediapolis scoring. They trail by 4 points, 28 to 24, with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Marla Heitman. Back out in front to Brame. She's open. The shot no good, and the rebound is picked off underneath the basket by Brader. Mediapolis. Jarvis. Judy Amanel. And it will be a jump ball. Nancy Jarvis, number 25, jumping opposite Marge Dutton, number 20. Mediapolis loses the tip on the center jump, and Heitman has it. Here's the fast break. Marla Heitman. Boy, how fast they move for that fast break play. Van Horn leads 30 to 24. Barbara Bush on that long set shot, rebounded by Bush. Nancy Jarvis, number 25. Jarvis connects from the right side. 30 to 26. Marla Heitman. Whistle blows as Heitman is starting to drive in. And a foul is called on Evelyn Brame. That's her first. So at the charity line now, it'll be Judy Amanel with a chance to narrow the gap. It's one shot. Judy Amanel. Rebound by Barbara Bush. Over to Amanel once again. To Jarvis. Back to Bush. Amanel. That long set shot that she likes to take. Judy Amanel now has 20 points with 2:54 left to go in the first half, and we have a 2-point ball game. Marla Heitman. Brame behind the screen. Balanced scoring is the story for Van Horn. 32 to 28. 2:39 to go in the first half. Barbara Bush to Jarvis. Back to Bush to Jarvis. Here's Jarvis. Bush makes an aggressive rebound. Out to Amanel. Amanel takes her own rebound. Whistle blows and a foul on number 54, Joanne Heitman. No, foul the other way around. And the ball is awarded over to Van Horn. Offensive foul. Now traveling is called against Mickey Slow of Van Horn. Offensive fouls are called, or the team gets the ball out of bounds when it is clearly in possession of the offensive team. When it's loose on the court, a free throw is shot. All right. Ball now will go out of bounds to Mediapolis. Barbara Bush. Over to Amanel. To Bush once again, to Jarvis. Down to Bush. To Amanel. This time Amanel is has the ball batted out of bounds, and so it'll be Jarvis throwing it in. It's batted right back out of bounds again, and now it's going to be awarded in to Van Horn. Van Horn guards have it. Fine defensive work there by Joanne Heitman, and she travels. Both teams having their troubles now controlling the ball with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go in the first half. Jarvis to Amanel. Long set shot, the longest one of the night. And the gap narrows to 2 points. Mediapolis 30, Van Horn 32. Heitman with it. A shovel shot of hers. Whistle blows. And a foul is called on Brame. That's her second foul. Evelyn Brame charged with a foul. One shot for Judy Amanel. Judy Amanel at the line. 1-point ball game, 32-31. Garbers across the line to Marla Heitman. Over to Mickey Slow. Look at that shot by Mickey Slow. 34-31, Van Horn in front by 3. Barbara Bush. Here's Amanel once again, and Bush is going to take this rebound. Jarvis. Amanel. Jump ball. Nancy Jarvis will jump opposite number 54, Joanne Heitman. In the forecourt of Mediapolis, but Van Horn has it. Garbers. Here's the fast break play. Marla Heitman. They move it in there with unbelievable speed. Van Horn breaks away now to a 5-point lead, 36-31. We have exactly 30 seconds to go in the first half. Amanel. Captain comes up with the rebound for Van Horn. Garbers. Now intercepted. Picking it off out there, Forts. 14 seconds, 13 seconds to go in the first half, and trying to drive in. Barbara Bush is fouled by Garbers. Jean Garbers charged with a foul. 11 seconds to play. And at the line will be number 11, Barbara Bush. One shot. 32 for Mediapolis, 36 for Van Horn, 11 seconds to play. Actually gets 2 shots. Second shot is good. 36-33. Now, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Underneath, Mickey Slow on the drive. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Evelyn Brame, just as the half is coming to an end, Evelyn Brame connects in thrilling fashion. And we have a close one here with Van Horn out in front. The score at halftime is Van Horn 38, Mediapolis 33. Van Horn outscored Mediapolis 22-15 in the second quarter to hold a 38-33 lead at halftime. Van Horn hit a sizzling 58.5% of its shots from the field in the first half, with Mickey Slow getting 20 points. Judy Amanel leads Mediapolis with 23, as her team hit 41% from the field. Halftime entertainment provided by the popular Sparkettes of Lamar's High School. Now here's the second half. And the ball will be put into play in the forward court of Van Horn. Here we start the second half. Mickey Slow, number 34, over to Marla Heitman. Back to Slow. Heitman to Slow. Brame. Do a good job of rebounding for forwards. And Mickey Slow notches the first 2 points for Van Horn. Van Horn 40, Mediapolis 33 as we start the third quarter. Intercepted by Van Horn. Joanne Heitman there with the ball. She has it again. Doing a great defensive job for the Hornets. Slow. Van Horn really connecting now as they start to pull away. Van Horn 42, Mediapolis 33. Early in the period. Judy Amanel, heavily guarded. Nancy Jarvis. Great place rebounding by Joanne Heitman. Dutton and back to Heitman again. Intercepted momentarily, but Heitman has it. Now Mediapolis comes up with the rebound. Breeder over to Amanel. Really having to scramble a whole lot of basketball. Amanel. Famous running bank shot. She now has 25 points for the game. Mediapolis 35, Van Horn 42. Mickey Slow. Here's Slow. Partially blocked. And as a result, the rebound is picked off by June Ellison. Mediapolis with the ball. Jarvis. Judy Amanel. Now that great post girl. And Heitman takes the rebound. Over to Garbers on the bounce. Dutton. Garbers. Marla Heitman. Frame, no good on her shot. Rebounded by Barbara Forts. Over to Amanel. Judy Amanel. And as the rebound is picked off by Heitman, She is fouled by Nancy Jarvis. Number 25, that's her second foul, and at the line in the forecourt will be Mickey Slow, who does the free throw shooting. And it's now Van Horne leading 43-35. Mediapolis guard. Wilson over to Brader. Bush. Back to Amanel. Oh, boy. Looked like it was headed in and popped back out again. 43-35 with Van Horne in possession of the ball. Slow. Slow. Nice defensive play by Barbara Forts. The ball is deflected out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Van Horne. Brame into Mickey Slow. Back to Brame. She's wide open. And the rebound is picked up by Horne, by Slow, and a foul called on Barbara Forts of Mediapolis. That's her third foul. Mickey Slow. 44-35, a 9-point lead, the biggest lead so far for Van Horne. Nancy Jarvis over to Judy Amanel. Playing her very tight in this half, not giving her the shot. Bush on the shot. That time, Mediapolis 37, Van Horne 44. Mickey Slow. Marla Heitman. Rebound, and they step for it, and the jump. This time will be between Heitman, number 44, and number 13, Joanne Brader. And it's Van Horne keeping control of the ball. Brame to Marla Heitman. Mickey Slow is fouled by number 13, Joanne Brader. Van Horne 44, Mediapolis 37. (45-37). Forts, Wilson, and Brader bring the ball out of the backcourt. Here's the fast break play with Bush doing a good job of it. 39 for Mediapolis, 45 for Van Horne. Marla Heitman to Brame. Now Mickey Slow, back to Heitman. He screens. Brame, Heitman, Slow. Here's Heitman. And Heitman is fouled by number 55, Barbara Forts. That's her fourth. Girls, of course, are allowed 6. 2 shots coming to Marla Heitman. Van Horne 46, Mediapolis 39, 3:34 to go in the third period. Rebound this time picked off by Forts, one of the great post guards around the state. Number 55, Jarvis. Judy Amanel. And Amanel is fouled by Marjorie Dutton, number 20 of Van Horne. Judy Amanel at the line. First foul on Dutton. She gets 2 shots. No good. Judy Amanel, when they really need it. And we have a 6-point ball game. Mediapolis 40, Van Horne 46, 3:22 to go in the third period. Traveling is called against Mickey Slow. Across the line, Barbara Bush. Amanel. Longest shot of the night. Just barely missed it, and a jump is ordered. Number 54 will be Joanne Heitman. And Nancy Jarvis will jump against her, number 25. Dutton controls the ball over to Garbers for Van Horne. Marla Heitman. And the backhand layup shot by Mickey Slow. 48-40, an 8-point lead now. Here's Jarvis. Jarvis comes close. Garbers takes the rebound. Marla Heitman. Slow. Heitman. Frame. Nice play, but it didn't connect, and Wilson took the rebound across the line to Amanel to Bush. Forcing to shoot from out, and Barbara Bush makes it good. 48-42. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third period. Frame. Marla Heitman. Ball loose on the court, picked up by Mediapolis aggressively. Over to Brader, and now to Amanel. Bush. Amanel. Down the right side, and is fouled. Judy Amanel driving in from the right side. No, she's not. There's no foul. The ball will go out of bounds. Amanel. Oh, a wide open shot. She comes down with a rebound and is tied up. A jump ball. Dutton also fell to the floor. Judy Amanel on a jump. 48-42. Bush. Jarvis. Amanel. Oh, it rolls in and rolls out. This time the rebound is picked off by Joanne Heitman of Van Horne. Garbers. Heitman. Back to Slow. Frame. Slow. Off-balance shot. Heitman tries to come down with the ball. It's knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be awarded into Mediapolis. Brader, Sports, and Wilson bring it up. Nancy Jarvis. Barbara Bush. Loose on the court, and let's see if she can get it. She does. Amanel. 40 seconds to go in the third period. Fantastic shot here. And the gap narrows to 4 points as Amanel connects again. 48-44 with 29 seconds left to go in the third period. Marla Heitman. And Heitman, or rather we should say Slow, trying to drive in, is fouled by Barbara Forts, number 55. Fine post player. 22 seconds to go in the third period. Mickey Slow will be at the line. 49-44. Barbara Forts has 5 fouls against her. She's allowed 6, and so she goes back to the bench. That pulls Van Horne out in front now, 50-44, with 20 seconds to go in the third period. Judy Amanel, Nancy Jarvis, Barbara Bush, Amanel, 12 seconds. Amanel trying to rebound her own shot. It goes out of bounds. It'll be played up court by Van Horne. Dutton over to Joanne Heitman. There's the end of the third period. With the score, Van Horne 50, Mediapolis 44. Van Horne is holding its lead, but unable to build it up. And it looks like we could be in for a close finish. Here's action in the fourth quarter. The fourth and final quarter is underway in the 1962 Girls State Championship game. Van Horne holds a 6-point lead, 50-44. In the first half, Van Horne hit 58 6/10% from the field on 17 out of 29. Mediapolis hit 41 2/10% on 14 out of 34. Now it's Van Horne with the ball in forecourt. Nice block on that shot by Barbara Forts, who's starting the fourth quarter with 5 fouls on her. Nancy Jarvis out to Judy Avenel. Barbara Bush idly guarding out there on a man-to-man defense. Trying to drive in. The whistle blows with a foul called on Joanne Heitman. Judy Avenel will be at the line. She shoots 1. He gets it to set the margin to 5 points. Judy Avenel. Oh, she really needed those free throws, and she hasn't been able to get them. And now a jump ball. Barbara Bush will jump opposite Garbers of Van Horne. Heitman gets it over to Dutton. Garbers. Heitman. Brame, and now to Marla Heitman. Here's a shot by Brame. And Van Horne now leads 52-44. 7:13 left to go in this ball game. Bush underneath. Brame tries to throw the shot in, and a great job of recovery there made by Avenel. High arching shot. Judy Avenel. 52-46 score. Marla Heitman to Brame. Brame is open. Rebound picked off by Barbara Forts. Barbara Bush has it. Avenel. Jarvis. Bush. Ball deflected out of bounds by Dutton. It'll be played in by Judy Avenel to Jarvis. Avenel along the baseline. Look at that shot. And the gap starts to close up here. A 4-pointer again. Van Horne 52, Mediapolis 48. Nikki Slow to Marla Heitman. Back to Slow. To Brame. Mediapolis fans are really kicking up a storm here. Brame. Slow to Heitman. Heitman is fouled, knocked to the court. And if it's on Barbara Forts, that is going to be the end of the road. Foul is on Barbara Forts, and that's a tough blow for Mediapolis as they lose their star post guard with 6 fouls. Barbara Forts is fouled out. She gets a standing ovation from the crowd. Quick summary here of the scoring. Slow has 31 points for Van Horne. Avenel has 32 points for Mediapolis. So as you can see, it's been a real tight scoring duel. There's an official timeout now with the score. Van Horne 52, Mediapolis 48. Back to action again here at the Waterloo Hippodrome. Van Horne leads Mediapolis 52-48. Marla Heitman will be at the line for Van Horne with a 1-and-1 shot. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play. And the rebound is taken by Mediapolis. Now let's see, a foul called. And at the line will be Barbara Bush. He gets 1. (52-49). We have a 3-point game with 5:44 left to play. 5:44 left to go in this one. Heitman across the line now to Marla Heitman. Nikki Slow. Both crowds going absolutely mad out here. Evelyn Brame. And they control the rebound. Heitman with it. Brame. This time it is a jump ball called. Marla Heitman will jump. Another jump ball is called. Nikki Slow will jump. Opposite Breeder of Mediapolis. Tip control by Brame. Too slow. 5:13 to play. 3-point lead by Van Horne. Brame to Heitman. She's open. She shoots. And the rebound again controlled by Van Horne. To Brame. And she gets the easy inside shot. Lays it up there. Van Horne 54, Mediapolis 49. Amanel to Jarvis. To Bush. They give Bush the shot. Comes down the jump ball. Jarvis will jump. Opposite Garbers. And it is Bush who picks up the rebound. Jarvis. Amanel along the baseline. There's that hook shot, misses everything, and right into the arms of Heitman. Now a foul called on Mediapolis, on Jarvis. And with a 1-and-1 in effect at this end of the court, 4:34 to play. This could be a couple of key free throws here. And Mickey Slow will shoot them. (55-49), a 3-point ball game a few moments ago. Now it's a 6-pointer in favor of Van Horne. 4:34 to go. 56-49. Van Horne out by 7 points. Mediapolis working to get that ball across the line. Amanel to Jarvis, to Bush. Amanel. Look at it go. Amanel, Judy Amanel, sets, shoots, and scores. And it's a 5-point game, 56-51 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Van Horne may be going into a stall game here. Trying to protect this 5-point lead with exactly 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go. Marla Heitman. Mickey Slow plays catch with Garbers across the line. Mickey Slow. Brame to Slow. Back to Slow again out in front. They're running out the clock, or trying to. And they can't hold on to a pass. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Mediapolis ball down court. Mediapolis has the ball. Across the line to Jarvis. Over to Amanel. She makes a save on it. To Jarvis. Judy Amanel shoots. Good! Man, oh man, and we got a thriller here. Van Horne 56, Mediapolis 53. Judy Amanel on a long set shot. Brame and over to Heitman. Heitman is, Slow is fouled. Mickey Slow is fouled by number 13, Joanne Broder. And timeout is called by Van Horne with the score Van Horne 56, Mediapolis 53. Okay, the last exciting 3 minutes and 6 seconds of this game with a 3-point favorite. A 3-point game in favor of Van Horne, 56-53. And at the free throw line will be Mickey Slow. As we start the action here in the final 3 minutes and 6 seconds, she has a 1-and-1 shot coming. Boy, what a performer she is under pressure. 57 for Van Horne, 53 for Mediapolis. Two perfect free throws put Van Horne out in front by 5 once again with 3:06 left to go. Mediapolis now tries to bring the ball out of backcourt. They have it. Amanel. Judy Amanel. Out to Jarvis. Jarvis shot. Narrows the gap again to 3 points. 58-55 with 2:46 to play. Garbers into backcourt now to Joanne Heitman. Marla Heitman. Brame to Heitman. Traveling is called on Marla Heitman. Traveling called on Marla Heitman. So Mediapolis now has the ball. To Amanel. 2:23 to play. 58-55, Judy Amanel. Right side. The ball is ripped away from her. A great defensive play by Dutton. Garbers with the ball for Van Horne. As Amanel was driving in, the ball ripped away from her. Two minutes exactly to go. Van Horne holds a 3-point lead. Garbers back to Heitman. They're keeping it in the back court. Dutton. Now they get it across the line. Marla Heitman, and it's deflected out of bounds, and it'll be Mediapolis ball. Out of the back court with 1:44 to play. Van Horne 58, Mediapolis 55. Van Horne will put it into play out of the defensive court. Across the line. Jarvis tries to center. Jump ball. Judy Amanel will jump opposite Garbers. (58-55). Coach Larry Wiepke is on his feet for Van Horne. Tip is controlled by Barbara Bush. Amanel has it. 1.5 to play. Timeout is called by Mediapolis with the score of Van Horne 58, Mediapolis 55. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final 1:29 of thrilling action here at the 1962 Girls State Tournament at Waterloo. Van Horne leads 58-55. Mediapolis will have possession of the ball. Incidentally, the All-State Tournament, the All-Tournament team has been announced. We'll give that to you in just a moment. Right now, let's concentrate on the conclusion of this ball game. Judy Amanel, tightly guarded. Barbara Bush almost drops it. Amanel tries to drive in, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be played in by Jarvis. Trying to get some more height in that front court. Mediapolis, Amanel, long shot. Oh, is it going in? It goes in. A 1-point ball game. Mediapolis 57, Van Horne 58. 1:06 left to play. Now Van Horne very cautiously works that ball around. 56 seconds. Marla Heitman, 54 seconds. 51 seconds, 50 seconds. The clock is of the essence. 45 seconds. And a foul is called on Jarvis as he ties up the ball. You're not allowed to do that except when in the act of shooting or in the lane. 43 seconds to play. And timeout is called by Mediapolis with 43 seconds to play. And the score, Van Horne 58, Mediapolis 57. Now we'll have a 1-and-1 shot. Crowd is really tense. IGHSAU, as relaxed as anything, puts it through, and Van Horne now leads by 2 points. They could probably put it out of reach. They might be able to put it out of reach if she makes this one. But we have only 43 seconds to play. IGHSAU at the line. And Van Horne now leads by 3 points, 60-57. And Mediapolis loses the ball. 39 seconds to go, 38 seconds to go. Mediapolis losing the ball in their guard court. 30 seconds. Van Horne looks like they have it. Marla Heitman. Brame, 22 seconds. Heitman, 18 seconds. Van Horne desperately trying to hold on to that ball, and Heitman has it and is fouled. With 11 seconds left to go, Heitman will now be at the line. All right, here's Marla Heitman. And she pulls Van Horne farther out in front with a little insurance here. Van Horne 61, Mediapolis 57. Van Horne 62, Mediapolis 57. Time is running out. Mediapolis in forecourt. Jarvis with the ball. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. A shot from the corner by Amanel. And the game is over. And Van Horne is the new state champion. And look at those gals out there. They are happy. There you have it, the 1962. Van Horne is the winner and a truly deserving champion. But Mediapolis can certainly be proud of the great game it played, losing by only 3 points. Mickey Schlow paced Van Horne with 37 points, and Judy Amanel led all scorers with 40 for Mediapolis. Now the presentation of trophies to the winning team. President Hal England of the Girls Athletic Union announces the awards, and Executive Secretary E. Wayne Cooley makes the presentation. State free throw champion Shirley Powers of Russell. Runner-up to Shirley, Cheryl Helm of Dysart. The 4th place team in the tournament, Blakesburg. 3rd place, Everly. Winner of the consolation game, 73-58 over Blakesburg. 2nd place, Mediapolis. The girls from southeast Iowa provided the spectators with some great thrills before bowing out in this tournament. And 1st place, Van Horne. They said it couldn't be done, but they did it. One of the most memorable performances in state tournament history. Well, that's it for 1962. The championship game is now history. But another great tournament is coming up next year, and we hope you'll all be there. Good luck, and so long till then.